Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I am here live and I'm streaming today from Zoom. So, this is all a bit new because I haven't done this before. So, if you can see me and if you're on with me, give me a like or an emoji or something. And I'm going to try and toggle between Facebook and Zoom. I know it's working. So, if you are here with me, let me know. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I hope you're going well. Today's all about accessing living from the feminine divine. So I've got my beautiful neon organic candle burning, which really, it smells like citrusy. So it's really, really beautiful and feminine. And it puts me into a really nice space, a really nice energy of feeling really nurtured, feeling really indulgent and luxurious. And that's what the feminine energy is all about. I've also got my tea with me, if you can see, probably not. But all of these things really nurture the divine feminine in me. And so, what I try to do is I really try and live from this space and from this energy as much as possible now. And I'm going to explain what that means. But before I do, the reason I'm so passionate about this and the reason I want to talk about this is because in society, we're really trained to work really hard, to hustle, to kill ourselves. And especially if you're like me, which I know you all are, you're super ambitious, you're super, you want to make things happen, you've got big dreams. And in society, we're trained, okay, so if you want something, you hustle and you make it happen and you kill yourself, and that's the only way to success. And I really thought that for a really long time. I really kind of burned myself out because I was operating from that energy, from that masculine energy all the time. And I think intuitively, I always knew that it wasn't really me. Intuitively, I always thought there's got to be a bit of an easier way. Like people tell me, yogis tell me, life is to be enjoyed and life is about fun and life is about play. And I had all these really big dreams, goals, ambitions. And I felt like, well, I've got to go into this very hard hustle, masculine energy to make all those things happen. And I've actually realized none of that's true. That's kind of just an idea we've been sold by society, that to make things happen, you've got to kill yourself, you've got to overwork, you've got to go into the masculine, and so far into the masculine that it's out of balance. So I'm going to talk about what it's like to live and come from the divine feminine, and also what's possible from that space. Okay, so first of all, what is the divine feminine? It's coming, so we have, everyone has the masculine and the feminine energy inside of them. Okay, and masculine is not bad. So we should use both and access both the masculine and the feminine. But as a society, we're so trained to use the masculine, and especially women, we've been trained to shut down the feminine. And if we want to get things done, we want to be really ambitious, we want to make things happen, we've got to go into the masculine. So we've gone so far in the masculine that we as a society, as a collective, have actually forgotten to be in our feminine energy at all. And when we're in that masculine for too long, we burn out, we feel stressed out, we feel really scared. We can't take action sometimes because we're actually quite stressed out from trying to take action. We don't move forward. The feminine is where there's creativity, there's joy, there's flow, there's inspiration. There's a really nice candle burning before I get on a Facebook Live. It puts me into a really nice energy. It provides the inspiration for me then to take the action. Okay, so feminine energy is really, it's needed before you take action. Okay, you always want to be living from your feminine, coming from your feminine, being inspired by your feminine before you take action, before you actually then go and do the thing you need to do. And this is quite counterintuitive, right? Because we often have a to-do list and we think, okay, I've got to get this done and this done and this done, and then I'll chill out later. But living from the divine feminine is actually a much, much nicer place to come from. And actually, if you live from your divine feminine, you're going to get a lot more done because you're going to be acting from inspiration and from joy and from fun and from creativity. So I'll give you an example, right? I need to write a certain page for my for a product I'm going to sell. It's on my to-do list, and I'm like, okay, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. And I just haven't bothered doing it because it feels hard, it feels like work, it feels stressful. And I don't know about you, but I don't operate very well when I've got that pressure behind me. So I left it. And I decided to take 3 weeks off over December. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to chill. I'm just going to nurture myself. I'm just going to really listen to my flow. So if I feel like working, I'll work. If I feel like going for a walk, I'll go for a walk. If I feel like really dressing up today, I'm going to listen to that first. I'm going to dress up and really nurture my body, really slow down, really enjoy my food. All of this is divine feminine. And something really interesting happens when we go to that energy first and we allow ourselves to be in the divine feminine. We then start to receive inspiration for the things we need to do. So in my example, even though I'd given myself this 3 weeks where I was just going to chill and enjoy myself and be in my feminine, I suddenly started getting ideas for what to write on this page. I suddenly started typing before I even knew it. And I suddenly had the whole thing written out. And it's because I put myself into a really nice energy first before I took the action. So this is a really, really big thing, right? Really, really big thing. If you allow yourself to be in flow, if you allow yourself to do that thing that nurtures you, it puts you in positive energy. And when you're in positive energy, you then want to take action. Really naturally, you want to take action. So being in the divine feminine, people think of it sometimes as this really slightly lazy energy, or an energy where nothing happens and nothing gets done. And it's actually not like that. It's the complete opposite. Okay, there's a story, a representation of the masculine and the feminine, and it's Lord Shiva in Hinduism and his consort Parvati. Now, Lord Shiva represents masculine energy, he's the doing energy, and Parvati is the feminine energy. And they're married to each other, and they come as two, and they're seen as kind of two parts of a whole, and one cannot exist without the other. So Parvati, she provides the inspiration. She's like the muse to the action that he takes. So without her inspiration, he's not able to create things in this world. And without him, she's not able to make the things she wants to happen manifest in the real world. So you can think of this in the same way in yourself. Okay, you've got your feminine, which is the inspiration, which is your muse, your internal muse. And then you've got that Shiva energy, that action energy, that masculine energy, which makes that thing happen. And I often hear people say to me, I know what I need to do. I'm just really scared. I'm really, really scared. Oh, I've got the inspiration. I'm really scared. That's not you being in a balance of these energies. That's probably you being very much in a masculine energy, or trying to be in the masculine energy before you're fully inspired. Because when you're fully inspired and you feel fully joyous, yeah, you're still going to be a bit scared. You're still going to feel like things are scary, but you will be inspired to see them through, and they won't feel like a slog or like hard work. So play around with this. And I think society is actually starved of feminine energy. It's starved of being, and I was the same. We're starved of like actually nurturing the feminine and allowing the feminine to come out and to play, especially in the world of business, in the world of commerce, in the world of finance. And it's actually really, really successful when it's used in these spheres. So as an example, I've done loads of business courses, and every business course I went on, it was like, this should be your strategy, run by men, right? This should be your strategy. This is what you should do. And this is be really strategic and all this kind of stuff. And even the women who were teaching on those programs were like super strategic, ball busting types. And I just remember going in there, and there were a lot of comments in those groups and communities about, we don't believe in woo-woo, you know, if you want things to happen, get them done, take the action, be strategic. And there was a real kind of poo-pooing of anything spiritual, anything remotely soft. And it's really interesting because when I was in those communities, I tended to get really, really positive results compared to the other people. Because other people that I was with were massively following the examples of the leaders, were really pushing hard and pushing through and trying to make things happen. And I had a bit more of a balanced approach. And I was really tuning into the spiritual principles. And I was thinking, well, they've said that I should do this and doggedly pursue this path, but when I tune into my feminine and I allow myself to go for a walk or to play or to like listen to some lovely music or to dance, right? That's feminine energy. As soon as I do that, I get an idea for my business, or I get an idea to call somebody, or I feel inspired to write something, and 2 or 3 new clients will just trickle into me. And it happens again and again and again. And it's very much in line with Vedic principles, with ancient spiritual principles. So here's the thing, okay, you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, that sounds great. How do I apply this? And this is what I want you to know, is that you've got to give yourself time and space to allow your feminine to breathe, to allow your divine feminine to allow it out. And the only way to do that is to actually do all those things that really nurture you. So, I mean, think of it in this way, and this applies to men and women, right? It's not just for women, but it's about doing those things that make you feel really nurtured, those things that make you feel really inspired, those things that, you know, encourage you to be playful, right? So, I mean, for me, burning a candle while I work takes me into the divine feminine. Going for a walk whenever I feel like I need a walk and not forcing myself to stay at my desk and work is me allowing my divine feminine to breathe. Me not overworking, right? Again, it's counterintuitive, but it works. Like if you are working, slogging really hard, you're going into too much masculine energy. It's too much doing and it's not enough being. You end up with an imbalance, you don't feel good, and you're not as productive. So if you're in that zone, you've got to catch yourself, tune into your body and just think, okay, body and spirit, and just think, okay, what do I need? Right? And then you might be guided, okay, you know what, now take a break, or go and have a bath, or watch 20 minutes of a TV program that makes you laugh, or go and put on a lovely outfit that makes you feel really good. And then from that energy, do the tasks you want to do. Okay. And that will enable you to get a lot more done. You'll be much less in fear. You'll be operating from inspiration. And I wouldn't be surprised if you start attracting some really great things to you. Remember, because the masculine is doing, it shuts down the feminine, which is the ability to receive. So if you're doing, you create this force field around you, which pushes out the things that you want. Okay. If you want to attract anything into your life, be that money, be that love, be all of those things, they need space. They need room to be able to come to you, and you have to create a bit of space. You have to create a really positive bubble of energy around you so that those things can like vibrate with you and then come into your life. If you're in the doing, my head down and I'm struggling that thing is going to come near you and actually be pushed away by your energy. Okay. So it's really about allowing, but also then taking action. Okay. So play around with it. And I'd love for you to share with me in the comments. I really would love for you to try this. And it is going to be a challenge and it is going to be a practice, but let's not focus on the challenge of it. Let's focus on the joy of it. Let's be in the divine feminine. And just, tell me in the comments, like what you're going to do to nurture yourself, what you're going to do, or what you think your divine feminine would really enjoy. So my divine feminine, she loves the candle. She loves tea. She loves really having a proper break in the evening. She loves the color pink. She loves all these really nurturing things. She loves watching reality TV. She loves it, and she's unapologetic. So what does your divine feminine really want? And then she loves to dance. My divine feminine loves to dance. Okay. And she knows the more she's dancing, the more she's going to take action that's aligned, and the more she's likely to draw in the things that she needs. So, what does your divine feminine want? What does your divine feminine need? And like, let go of this idea that business and work needs this very, very masculine energy all of the time. I invite you to bring this energy into your working life, into your business life, and try playing with it. Try really enjoying the energy of the divine feminine and take action from there once she's engaged and fully running the show. You might still feel a bit scared. I'm not saying fear is going to completely disappear, but here's what I want you to try and do. The word imposter syndrome kind of drives me a bit crazy because I think it's used as an excuse for people not to do things. So if you get really inspired, you're in your feminine, and then you think, okay, I need to put out this thing in the world and I'm really scared, stay in the feminine. What does my divine feminine do? What does she want to do? How would she love to do this? And do it. And if you do feel scared, just think, I do feel really scared, but I'm going to do this anyway. Or here's how I'm going to overcome this and do this. Okay? I think you'll be really surprised if you play with this and if you really commit to your divine feminine, really what you're able to achieve. It's been so life-changing. I'm in business circles and communities, and there are women running 6 and 7 and even 8-figure businesses who operate from the divine feminine. They work 10 hours a month, 20 hours a month, and they're making more money than you can imagine. All because they have this really balanced approach. They're able to see creative solutions, and they're able to really think about, how can I make this easy? How can I make lots of money? Or how can I have lots of success? Or how can I create my vision in a way that's really easy? And that's the divine feminine. And then all it is the masculine just makes it happen and takes the steps. Okay, so give this a go. Let's really, really, really nurture, nourish, bow down to this amazing power that we have very naturally, and really, really enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching. And if you're catching up on the replay, just put #replay. And if you have a question, ask me your question. If you have any comments, I'd love for you to just get really interactive with me and let me know if you found this useful, if this is new, if this is helpful, and if there's anything else you want to know, because then maybe in future I can build on this topic in future lives. I am playing around with the time of the lives at the moment. This is kind of the time for now, but we'll see how we go. So generally speaking, it'll be Fridays. It might be at a slightly different time. So enjoy the divine feminine. Let her out. She's dying to come out. She's probably been suppressed for too long. Enjoy it, and let me know in the comments how you go. And I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.